Usually I just start the game in this bush. See if I can get some cheese.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
The only problem is if they invade your blue buff, you'll have no idea.
Yeah.
So what
But
I'd prefer that you stand like here initially or here wherever, just as long as you're guarding the blue, and then around the time the red is gonna spawn, then you can go here and look to cheese.
okay.
But make sure you actually guard the base.
If I'm on the other side, is it fine to go from the tri bush into that bush? And just like if I'm on the red side and hide in the bush.
Wait, hold on. Where are you saying you start from?
Okay. This game I start from blue side, and I should
Yes.
I should guard the blue from that bush.
Yes.
But if I'm on the red side, the here, is it fine to hide in the bush? I'm hiding it right now.
You would hide
Okay.
into the bush next to red until their blue starts to spawn, and then if you're looking to cheese, then you could go here. Where
Okay.
you were.
Okay.
Okay. If you see me tabbing out a lot, it's because I'm going to be writing notes on my other monitor, and I'll give them to you at the end.
Okay.
So you don't have to write anything down. Okay. I like that you're using the bush. Good. To be honest, I don't think I've ever gone against a Kaisa top.
I was so confused because I'm just like, okay, I know I thought it was easy because it's like a range. It's like a, I don't know. I was confused.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Just like the farm. Get a gank. She flashes. All good. Okay. Be a little bit more aggressive now. So like, here's these wards, or not wards, minions. As soon as you see her pathing down here to go ward, then you can just path up this way and then either force her to miss XP, or you can just fight her because she doesn't have a dash at the moment because she doesn't have level 6.
With ranged champion mainly, I don't feel comfortable until like going in until like 6. It just so like any range matchup before 6, I sort of confused on what to do other than play around the bush.
Yeah. It's just based off of how much mobility they have. Or really what they can do. So like with Teemo, it's going to be difficult because he can W to match your speed, but Kaisa doesn't get that much faster, so you can still catch her. Assuming that you play it correctly.
Against range, is it fine to max Q against range champions? Oh, always max Q?
Every single game max Q. There's no situation where you would max Q.
Would it be fine to put a point into Q and then max Q?
Nope. Still just max Q.
I know Q got the nerf for the 0.5 seconds.
But... It did. Yeah. You just have to use it at a better time.
Okay. Yeah, because this game was like maxing Q.
Yeah, because notice right there, did you need the extra speed? And I'll go back. You were on top of her when you used the Q. Okay, so you queued the minion there. Wait until it's off cooldown. Walk up. You didn't need that move speed.
Okay. So always E. Okay.
Yeah. You just do more damage with E and it makes it way easier to kill them. Because you do more damage, so there's no reason to max Q.
Is it better to go boots, like buy boots or Sheen. Because I think I'm back with like 1100 gold.
Sure.
Yeah. I
So
know.
you should never rush Sheen. Like Sheen should always be the last thing you buy in Trinity Force. Reason being
Oh,
because it has mana and you don't use mana.
I usually go Sheen second because in my head I'm thinking, uh, if I get in a situation where I need to buy I get a bad recall, and I'm buying buying mana crystal feels pretty bad compared to buying like the Sheen when I can, and then just buying daggers. I don't know.
Okay, so alright, let me try to think of what you're talking about. So are you saying that you have the Phage and the Stinger and you don't want to buy the mana crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, then you just start building towards your next item.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, for example, if you're going Phantom Dancer next, you just buy another dagger. But don't overdo it because you don't want to force yourself into not being able to buy Trinity Force when you should be able to.
So here would have been better. I think I buy boots here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should always be buying boots first.
So here I should but should have bought full boots or should have bought boots plus health plus
Full boots.
boots ruby. Okay.
Every game is full boots. Whether it's defensive boots or Berserker Greaves, you always want to go boots first on Garen. And it makes up for the Q nerf as well.
Okay. Would you ever go with every case where you want the phase before the boots?
Nope.
Okay. I always thought phage was more important than boots. I guess the nerf.
And I really like the Berserker Greaves by the Kaisa because you're already winning at the moment. Well, when she recalls, she'll be at about even gold because she has a decent CS advantage.
I love how you said that at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. Because it can definitely change.
We already know it's gonna change.
Yep. Alright. So, right now, what is your goal against the Kaisa? Well, let me go back before she does this. Before she runs it down. What is your goal against the Kaisa?
I think here I wasn't exactly sure what to do because I'm thinking I'm strong, but I wasn't sure exactly what I could do. I don't know. I guess I probably should have still kept playing it where I freeze in my tower.
Yep, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah.
I think after that one kill I got overconfident and then yeah. Because I'm thinking it's just a Kaisa, it's like a weak ADC. But if it was like a Teemo that got a kill, I would still play it safe because Teemo is a monster. It's annoying to deal with.
So, you have to consider that freezing doesn't mean you're just playing safe. So, you have to consider from the Kai'Sa's point of view. If you freeze the lane, and let's say you do a really good job and you freeze it like here, how is Kaisa gonna farm?
She has to go under the turret or like risk going under the turret.
Well, okay, so if you have the wave here, she's gonna have to be here, right, to auto it. So you can just go up and kill her, or at least you'll have to ult away.
Right.
Now, if you push this wave, and let's say she backs away instead of fighting you like a moron like she does in a second, and you just push, then all she has to do is chill under turret, and she doesn't get punished.
And she can also freeze on me.
She can't zone you. She doesn't have the damage to zone you.
Okay.
But she can't kill you because she has no damage. And the reason she can't zone you is because all she bought was boots and refill. She didn't buy any extra damage.
If I do freeze it, I guess that's a speculation, but I guess if I do freeze near a turret and it's sort of a decently big wave, am I able to go in on her, or do I need to let the wave crash into me and bounce back and then try to go in on her?
No, you can go in on her.
Okay.
You just go in on her and then clear the wave.
Because I know against Teemo, I usually wait until the entire wave is cleared and it starts like bouncing back before I try going in. Like the mini wave is like going like one wave. And especially if there's no cannon.
So you did what I wanted you to do, but just too early, and so you took a ton of minion damage because you hadn't really cleared it a little bit yet.
Huh.
So, you know why you missed so much of that wave?
Because I did not max E.
Yep.
Talk.
What is this ward doing?
I forgot. Why was that there?
Because you saw Kaisa very clearly, if I can speed it up here. Like, you see her here, and then you ward. I don't understand what you're doing that, because let's say, hypothetically, you were scared of Graves. I'll just give you the complete benefit of the doubt here.
Okay.
Alright? Even if you're scared of Graves, there's no way they kill you. You just queue away. I don't understand the word. Okay, so now you can threaten her off the wave because you have Ignite. That's fine. She's out of mana. She can't touch you now. All you have to do is clear this wave, ward, and then dive her. But I guarantee you we're not going to see a ward because you just warded this bush. Although you still have a ward up because that was your first ward of the game. Okay, we wait for a Shyvana gank. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to watch that again. I'm amazed. Okay, so clearing the wave. This is fine. Now you go ward, I'm hoping. Okay, well, Shyvana warded. Okay, so you don't need this ward.
I put this ward in case Kaisa was coming down to interfere with the.
Yeah, and I get that, but you don't need the ward because if she's not at the minions, then you know where she is.
Fair.
She's coming this way. Like, I'm saying, if she's not at the minions... What, did she recall? Oh my god. Okay, nope. I don't even know what to say. Okay. So, what it should have been is if she wasn't on the minions and she was going to ward, but I guess she just randomly recalled, so... Yeah. Great. Okay. Either way, even if Kaisa does show up, she was really low mana, so even if Graves and Kaisa show up, you still win the 2v2 very easily with your ultimate. But I guess the ward's not that bad, but I really don't understand why she reset. Okay, so you finally reset. We got some wonky Soraka stuff going on here.
Yeah. By page.
Okay, Kaisa roamed, you shove, good. Dude, this is when we'd want the ward. Okay, good. Jeez, I like it. As long as you don't get greedy. Ah, you get okay. Okay.
That tilted me so much. I don't, because I'm like, how did I fail that? Okay, then tell me that it annoyed me. I'll listen.
Okay, so... but you're getting tilted for the wrong reason. Or upset or whatever. Like, when you go in on Kaisa, she ults your ult, which is to be expected.
Okay, I flashed and did.
Let's say you do get this kill, okay? You still should die to the graves for this, because you burned everything and you're taking turret shot. So is this worth it if you get the 1-for-1?
No.
No. Because she was 0-1 and you were 1-0.
Okay, so I'm not mad anymore because it wasn't that I failed to ignite or ult her, it just she flashed.
Yeah, you didn't land the auto attack. What's the problem?
I was hoping for a plant there. Also, I don't think I had the gold to buy anything there, so.
Probably not. Well, you could have bought a control ward. And you want a control ward because you plan to be up this far in the lane, so you need to have extra vision.
Okay.
If you were freezing, you don't need the control ward, but because you're at that turret, you do. And then hopefully we can just get this. Kaisa's there. You probably get first turret. Or, well, no, not first turret. With the first turret of top lane, they already got a bottom. But okay, no, she showed up. Okay, yeah, oh, God. Which we already talked about that, though.
Yes.
Okay, good. Run away. And clear and leave. I'm hoping. Desperately. Oh no.
Back?
Yeah, I'm wanting you to back.
Why?
'Cause there's no reason to be here. So, if we look at your gold, you have 1,150. You could just go back, finish your Trinity.
I just did want to give her tower.
Okay, you see the health
Yeah.
on this turret? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, it has really high health. Second, the wave that I wanted you to reset on was a cannon wave.
Okay.
It's going to take longer for her to clear it. Also, you have Shyvana coming topside, so she can just catch the wave top lane.
Okay, I probably did one. I probably didn't see the Shyvana coming up, or would think about her catching the wave. Two, I think I was trying to heal up. You can get my passive going healing, so I can try to kill her, in the hopes that Graves probably left.
Okay, but what does killing her do?
Let's me to push out the wave and get a safer recall. Without the tower damage.
Safer recall?
Without the tower damage.
But you wouldn't have taken tower damage anyway. Well, you would have taken minimal amounts. Even without Shyvana being there, because Kaisa wave clear is so bad, and you had cannon wave, it wouldn't have been that bad. Even if you do lose first turret, it's not that big of a deal. It's going to take her so long, and then by the time you get there, first turret doesn't matter this much 15 minutes in, because the plates are down, and you guys have already gotten first turret. So they're not getting that much gold off of this turret. And if if Kaisa decides to go for this top turret, okay, and you know that she's hitting the turret, and you based, you go to this Drake, Kaisa can't be there because her teleport's down, and then you 5v4.
Okay, I'm guessing one mistake I probably did now is probably not track her using TP. I think I probably tracked her. I tracked her using flash at the start is what I remember. I think I stopped tracking her sums after that. For another big mistake, or probably mentality mistake, is thinking I must that my tier 1 top lane tower is worth more than my inhibitor towers.
Oh, hold on, where are you getting inhibitor from?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, I think I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying that. Like, have you never felt like I must go and protect my
Yeah.
NHP top lane
Yeah,
tier
yeah.
1 tower at all costs? My tier 1 tower is my baby. I must protect it at all costs. I'm not saying it's a good mindset, but it's a mindset.
So now we're pulling pressure away from Drake. This is fine. It's hitting the turret. Got Malphite here, Varus here, Kaisa just showed up. So the only one that can actually show up is Soraka and Graves. If the Graves shows up, they're giving away the Drake, so that's fine. I don't think you paid attention to any of that though when you were pushing this turret.
Probably not. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, you can kill him here. Well. Okay.
If I had, yeah.
Okay, so how are you supposed to play this out to kill him?
Okay, let's look at my thingy. Okay, I know. Okay, what I should have done was probably kept on running forward, and wait for my E cooldown to come back up, and then try to all in with my Q and E.
Yeah, you just wait until you have about 1 to 2 seconds. You auto Q, E, ignite ult, and he's dead. Yeah, and then you just W somewhere in there. But it's alright.
I could have, if he autoed me, I could have probably used Q, run back, and then run forward once my E cooldown at like the last second. But I guess that's based on if the Q move speed and the E overlap in terms of seconds. Yeah. Okay. Optimally, what would if I was win lane again? Optimally, what would I want to do? I guess. 'Cause I feel like I took the first 2 turrets, and then I got into this. I think I started to ARAM this game, and at times I tried to do the thing where I thought I could just sit in the bush. Is this right to like sit in the bush near red on that's closer to the enemy side?
You're talking about just standing here?
Not this bush, but the bush on top, like on and the one on the right.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, this bush here. I usually try to plant like a control ward there and like try to assassinate someone there. It's like my go-to thing, but I don't know if it's like proper or not.
No, you shouldn't be doing that generally. If you know someone's gonna path that way, sure. But your main focus in this game, so like you asked me what you should be doing after getting a lead, but you have to realize that I can't give you a direct answer.
Right, because it's very situational.
Yeah. So there's 3 general win conditions that Garen can look to pull off. And this can change throughout the game. So there's the obvious one, you just 5v5 with team fight.
Right.
In this case, you could do that because your team is ahead.
Right.
You just have to be careful of not clumping against Malphite if you're going to go for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's split pushing, which is an option, but I don't think you should at the moment because there's no objectives up. So at least no major objectives like Baron or Dragon, so there's no point in splitting.
Okay, so only split when there's Dragon.
Yeah, because if you're not really gaining anything from the split, it doesn't do you much good. Now, this will change if you're already bottom and your team is top lane and you're pushing at the same distance, that can work. But since they're mid, you're not pulling people that far away.
Okay.
And then there is getting picks. So getting picks is kind of what you were talking about, but just in a more inconsistent manner.
Right.
So all you're really looking for, your team is perfect for getting picks. You have Morgana, Ashe, Lux. They land 1 CC and that person's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So all you really need is what you're talking about, setting up vision, but just a little bit more than just this bush, setting up vision, and then when you see someone walk past it, you kill them, and then you force a fight, because you got a free kill, and you get a 5v4. So in this game, that's your main thing you're trying to do.
As Garen, am I supposed to try to avoid team fights and prefer split pushing? Is I guess the general thing.
Did you say as Garen?
Yeah, Garen.
No.
I would generally.
No, Garen can team fight or split push just fine.
Okay.
And that's a very, very common issue of people think they have to split push because they're a split pusher, but that's not really the case. Even if you're playing Tryndamere, which people just always say you have to split push, you can still team fight if your team's ahead.
And if you have R and Flash.
Yeah, especially if you have Flash. But even if your team's like just really ahead, like if you're having a Mumu, I don't care what champion you're playing, you want to team fight. It does not matter. I don't care if you're playing like freaking Janna top or something, or you're like full AD Yasuo top, or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're still split pushing if you have, or team fighting. Sorry, if you have an Amumu. So that's a common issue of people not adapting to other people's win conditions, and they're only looking for their ideal condition. And so this is perfect. This shows exactly what I was talking about and what your team can do. So Ashe lands an ultimate here, and then boom, she's just chain CC. She's just gone. Somehow the Lux missed her ability. It blows my mind. But either way, killed the Kaisa. Now all you have to do is you just stall. The reason that you stall is because you can't force this turret. They have a Soraka, they have a Varus, they can just clear the wave pretty easily. But you have Shyvana pushing top. So you just wait until she drops the Herald, and then when she drops the Herald, then you go ham pressuring mid lane. That was a good cube on Morgana. There we go, and then we can go ham. Good. I'd have preferred you go on Soraka, and that's why. Yeah. Okay. So, anytime you're against the Soraka and you do not have Grievous Wounds, because you didn't have Ignite up, you have to just kill her immediately, because you can stop all of her healing by silencing her and killing her before the silence runs out. So then she never gets to ult.
That is gonna be a common trait this game. Is this my first death or like second?
Second.
Okay. I think every single death from here on is me dying to Virus, most likely, and because he survives because of Soraka ult. Is what I remember from this game.
Yeah.
It's 80%. It's 90-80% of my deaths.
Speaking of which, I want you to be getting a Bramble Vest about right now. Either Bramble Vest now or right after Phantom Dancer, so that you can get the Grievous Wounds to deal with that.
Okay, so Bramble Vest over Executioner.
Okay, and then yeah, I can talk about that. Okay, so what is the difference between the two?
One is damage, one is armor. One costs $200 more.
Okay, we're missing the very important part.
One builds into an item that I should not be building. One builds into an item that could be useful since
All right.
they have 3 auto attackers and it slows their autos.
Still missing it. All right, so I'll have to just tell you. So the way they apply is different. Executioners is applied off of your damage, your abilities, your physical damage. Bramble Vest is applied off the enemy auto attacking you. Keyword auto attack. Okay, so if you're against a Vladimir, is Bramble Vest going to do anything?
No.
He's never going to auto attack you, so you're never going to apply the Grievous Wounds.
Right.
But on a Varus, does he have any choice to not auto attack you?
No.
No, because if he doesn't auto attack you, he's doing no damage, so he has to. He's an ADC.
Right.
So that's why you can go Bramble, because when Soraka heals him, but he's already auto attacked you, there's nothing he can do.
Right. So same thing would apply to bruisers. So only time I would go Executioner is against a mage like Vladimir that heals a lot.
Yeah. So Vladimir, what's another good example? If I can think of one.
Sona?
If they're going like Sona mid, but you don't have to get it for the support because you're focused on making sure that who they're healing doesn't get healed much.
Okay.
Well, I guess if they're playing like Orianna and the Sona's healing them, then maybe. I guess. Yeah, that if they have a Sona and they don't have anyone that auto attacks you that they're healing, then sure, you could go Executioners.
Okay, so basically, if I want to cancel the healing of a mage specifically, then Executioner.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we get the TP. Good. Showing Scuttle what's up. Catch the wave. Good. This is sketchy. It works, but it was very sketchy. So let's go way back. Probably about here. Okay, let's see. What is the timer on Dragon? Yeah, okay. So right now we have 1:54 until Dragon spawns. So your goal should be to push the wave as far as you can safely, reset, and look to go to the dragon. So instead of this, all I wanted was clear here, or clear here, and then immediately back away because you don't have vision of the enemies.
Right.
But instead, what you did is you ran over to the red, which you could have gotten on her own. And then just kind of walked around aimlessly, to be honest, until you went for the inhib. But problem with the inhib, and let me double check that. Actually, I take that back. This is okay. I thought... Yeah, since Malphite didn't recall, you can do this. If Malphite wasn't visible on the minimap, then you couldn't do that, because then he could go and ult all three of you.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so now you have 33 seconds until the Drake. So your goal should be to reset. You have 700 gold. Just buy literally anything towards your items and then go to the Drake. But instead, you get caught over here, which is the last thing you want. And the enemy team should have just immediately gone to Drake, but they're blind. And so you get Drake for free. But they could have had a 5 before.
because I'm autopiloting on the idea of sitting in their top side jungle and picks.
Yeah.
Be the assassin. Okay, so I'm starting to learn that it's not the most optimal strategy.
Okay. Seal dagger. Oh, you're building it a death stance, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not death stance. What are you building?
Okay. I think I built a health pot because I was gonna go Sterax and that's because I was told in the Garen main subreddit to do both. But as you said, that's probably a bad idea, so I'm not gonna do that again.
Okay,
And
I want you to
then-
hear what just came out of your mouth.
Yes.
The Garen main subreddit.
Yes.
The worst source for Garen information possible. Outside of Mobile Fire. But yeah, so are you aware now that they don't stack?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, okay, and that's what I said in the subreddit, but apparently the reasoning for doing it is because you can still get the other passive from Sterax. The furry one? The Fury?
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not worth it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna Google it. I guess, I think.
Because, yeah, they don't know what they're talking about because the way that the items work is
Grants 30% tenacity and increased size.
So once you buy Phantom Dancer, or not Phantom Dancer. Once you buy Sterix, it pretends like the Phantom Dancer passive doesn't exist. It just prioritizes Sterix because it's worth more. And so it just cuts it. It doesn't matter what order you buy it in, it always prioritizes Sterix. And so you kill the Phantom Dancer passive.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I tested it in a practice tool just to make sure, and that's how it works. So yeah, they're right. You do get the Fury thing or whatever it's called, but that's because that's the only item you get benefits from. Okay, good job, team. I don't like that we're not helping the team. Okay, so killing Raptors is okay because it's on the way, but killing Scuttle takes too long considering they just killed 3 of the enemy team, and you could very easily go help them get an inhibitor.
Okay.
But instead you're getting Scuttle. You could have also gone bottom, helped her push out bottom. Either way, you just go to one of those, and then as you're leaving, you grab Scuttle.
Okay.
And then you're going for Gromp as well. Yeah. Yeah, you're way too obsessed with stealing their camps. Because, yeah, going for camps is great, but only when you don't have anything else you needed to be doing and you can do it safely. So you had the safely part, but you had other way more important objectives.
I had half the equation.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna go ball lane to split.
Yep, we don't want to do that.
Because Malphite's dead.
Yeah, they just killed Malphite, so you just 5v4. You just help them force the turret. Yeah. The only time you want to split is if you're at their turret by the time the fight starts. If the fight is already started, you don't leave to go split.
In my head, I'm like, I don't think this fight is good for me because it's near the turret. So I wasn't very comfortable with this fight because it was near the turret.
Okay. You have to remember the numbers advantage, and as I was talking about earlier, their pick potential is so nasty. They land one ability, and then it's over for them. And then all you have to do, you're so tanky, you can literally just walk up W and start hitting the turret, and your team could kill it.
Okay.
Assuming that you had minions nearby, so that minions would weaken the turret armor. Are you aware of that?
Minions. What?
Okay, so like, if turrets, turret, yeah. Let's say you have this turret, okay?
Yeah.
If minions are not nearby, it has extra armor.
Is that actually a real thing?
Yes, that's a genuine thing. They did this because people used to cheese 5 people bottom without minions.
Oh.
And so what they do now, they did that so that you actually have to push out the wave. And so it makes it to where you can't cheese before like a minute and a half or whatever, or 2 minutes. And so, yeah, you have to push out the wave. So if you go and tank this before the minion wave is actually like right here, you're not going to be able to damage the turret that much because it's going to be way tankier.
Wait, people used to do like before minions even spawn?
It was like a really long time ago, I think. I think it was before even I played, and I started in like the end of season 4. It was some stuff though.
I know bot lane hates the 5-man dies. Bot lane
Yeah.
dies.
They were just like, I think they got like early turret damage in the left or something. I think that was the strat. I don't know.
And this is where we start to throw the game.
Oh, I just couldn't reach that Graves. Yikes.
And
Okay.
this is where we begin to throw.
Okay, so the game is still 100% in your favor. It's a pretty minor throw, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you do all die with the Ashe, but once they get this Drake, they're just going to be even with you 2-2, and you've already killed their inhib, so they have to clear inhib minions. It's really not that bad. They go for Drake, and then all you guys have to do to make up for it is just have a good team fight. Also, on the topic of the Death Dance, this is definitely a bad game to go Death Dance because you were so far behind. You were strong that 1 kill early, but then after that, it went downhill. Yeah. Let's look where we are. If the enemies are here, or here, or here, you're dead. Okay. You don't have complete vision. Now, you do now, but initially when you were walking there, you had no vision. You probably weren't even looking at the minimap. And so you were just walking around aimlessly. You already were out of wards. You're just dancing around here, just asking to get caught. So what I need is for you to just be standing near your teammates, so just stand mid. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything fancy, or you can go bottom with Ashe, either way. Just be with someone so you don't get caught. Instead of being in the jungle, where you don't have vision.
Yeah.
And now, oh my god, this is the worst case scenario. Okay. Why do you think I don't want you top lane?
Because I should be bot lane with a team fight.
Yeah, so, well, there's 2 things. So, one, yes, if they're bottom, you should be bottom. But if they're top, you can go bottom because you're pulling pressure away from Baron. Here, you're not pulling Jack because Baron is right here. They're just going to kill your team. Because they don't have to worry about you because you're not threatening Baron like your 4 people would if you're bottom.
Right.
So they're probably just gonna Malphite ult them. That I have a strong feeling that's what's gonna happen here, and they're gonna all die. Ah, look at that! Now Malphite was impatient, and so it didn't work. But that's what should have happened. He should have had Malphite go in, Varus respawns with ult, and then they all die.
Instead, I died.
Yep. You couldn't even pressure anything.
And this is where...
Okay, yeah. Now that was a bigger throw.
Yep.
That's where it becomes a problem.
This is where Garen's 1v9.
Yeah, okay. So they... Baron, all you have to do is go top and just hold the way from Malphite. Just gotta hold. Oh god, no, 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 none of this. No more of this. Oh, you're so dead. Please die. Oh my god, why didn't they kill you?
This game is making me cringe to defend. Now watching it now.
Yep. So, what's the problem here?
Okay. One, the enemy team has. Okay, wait. I don't actually know.
Okay. Enemy team has Baron.
Right, yeah.
You don't fight them while they have Baron. Because they get extra AD and AP from the buff.
Is that actually a thing?
Yes. If you hover over it, they get Empowered Recall, increased attack damage and ability power, and then nearby allied minions are vastly enhanced.
I never knew about the increased attack damage or ability power.
Yeah.
Wait, how much increased?
I can look it up real quick.
I've been playing League for I think 3 years, 2 or 3 years now, and I never knew about the increased AT.
Hand of Baron. Gives 12 to 48 based on minutes for attack damage, 20 to 80. So, let's see, they killed it in 30 minutes, so it's probably like 25 AD is my guess.
So it's the same as like Storm, it's like basically a Gallery Storm.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So it's decent at least.
Yeah. It's like a BF or like a Rod.
Well, no, that's like half of it. Because a BF sword is 40 and then a rod is 60. So it would, well, not half, but like 2/3. But I guess it's kind of close. Anyway, though.
One, the pickaxe.
Yeah. So you don't want to fight them if possible while they have Baron because they're going to be stronger. Your whole goal, literally, all you have to do to win this game is not fight them. That's all you have to do. Why? Because you have 2 of their inhibitors down. So, you just clear top lane, you keep pressure top, and then they have to keep clearing the inhib minions. That's all you have to do, and you just stall out Baron, then once Baron's down, then you kill them. But you know what we didn't do? We didn't wait. And we get caught.
Okay. I think we're done. I think we lose the game here.
Yeah, the game is probably gonna be over now. It shouldn't be over. You guys can definitely come back from this, but I don't think you guys are gonna play it well. So, yeah, you go for this. You don't have Ignite.
I would just tilt it at this point. I'm just like, I want to kill this virus.
Yeah.
I'm just tilted at this virus at this point. Like, I'm just like, I want to burst you.
Yep. And now it's just gonna be continuous throws until you guys lose. So.
Yep. And also, yeah, and the virus pretty much takes care of me. So.
Oh, we'll get a kill on Malphite. Just don't it. Ah, Shyvana inted. Okay. Okay. Well, she got the 1-for-1. That's not that bad. As long as we all focus the Graves. Kill him. Good. Run away. And then just don't fight. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you did it. Okay. You would have been even if you didn't go in there, because it would have been 2 for 2. But when you walked back in, knowing that there's no way you pulled this off with Soraka heal, And this is a really good example of why you have to have that Grievous Wounds. Because you could have killed Graves. You probably could have ended up killing Graves and Soraka if you had Grievous Wounds this game. It would have made such a big difference. But, yeah, and then game's over after that death, so...
Yep.
I don't think there's any point in going past this.
Nope. No.
Okay. So, there's some of the major ones. So, max Q, that's self-explanatory. Don't go for one when ahead, because if you die and then they die, you're giving more gold than them because you're ahead, so it's not worth it. Whenever possible, you want to be at Drake fights, assuming that you've been able to push out your lane and can afford to do so. If you haven't been able to push the lane and you have to catch waves, not a whole lot you can do about that. But you want to set up 30 seconds before the Drake to plan to be there. Reset with high gold. There are multiple times where you had gold to finish items and then you were just screwing around trying to cheese in that bush that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And again, I guess the only time I should ever do that kind of bush strat is if I have a vision of the area and I know that I can the pick.
And so, even then, this isn't the greatest bush to do it. It would really be this bush. But you want to do it in the path that they need to take. So, if you know that your team is doing Baron, you can use this bush. Because you want to cheese them on the way to Baron. Or if you know that they're going to Dragon, you can cheese them in this bush. Or this bush.
Right.
But there needs to be a reason for them to have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're just standing here just hoping that they'll just walk by, then it's not going to work very well.
Right.
Looking at minimap was a major issue in general, but especially when you were in risky positions. You just weren't looking at all, and I can also put ward when pressuring far in lane. So pretty much far in lane means over halfway. Once you go past halfway in lane, you definitely need to be warding so you don't get caught. Freeze lane when ahead to zone, unless you plan to dive/leave. So if you know Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds and you want to be there for that, then you would push and break the freeze. But if Dragon is down, there's no reason not to just freeze on your opponent. Unless they're like a Pantheon or Shen that can very easily ult away. Then you don't want to do that. Because then they'll just roam. Heal champs with Grievous Wounds, such an important detail. Just buying Grievous Wounds in general make a huge difference. And then randomly going for camps, you gotta work on that. Camps are great, but not when you could get a turret instead.